Okay, now we're live.
Yo, what's up there, Metal Summoners? It is super duper great to see you guys. Sorry for the slight delays. We had a couple of crossed wires, but nothing that we can't handle. Sometimes it's a crossed wire, sometimes it's a crossed dick. It kind of depends on what mood we are in for any particular episode.
Sword fighting. Nothing ever wrong with sword fighting.
There is never anything wrong with sword fighting. And I figured that cliche and that way of speaking might work very, very well for this episode. But as always, this is your Island of Misfit Toys. We're super duper stoked to have everybody. Happy Wednesday, Adams, and happy Hump Day. We are
happy
super
Hump
stoked.
Day.
We have got the real Psycho Steve. We have got Empress Bobby Dreyer, and we have got our heavenly angel Alamo. And we are going to kick it right in. We want to express our love and our respect to Michael Piehl. He unfortunately had to bow out of this evening's episode. Everything's totally fine, but we're always going to respect the schedules as well as any personal affairs that are going on with our guests. So for any of Michael's friends and fans that were looking forward to it, fret not, we will definitely get him back on for an episode. All of you Bob D with Petro fans that are familiar with Michael, we will definitely get him back on. So don't sweat it. We're going to have a lot of fun. So we threw out some feelers and threw out some phone calls and decided that we would bust out some leather and pull in a couple of mistresses. So we are very, very super stoked to have from Mistress Business. We have got Candy and Lisa joining us this evening. How are you, ladies?
That's Mistress Candy and Mistress Lisa. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. We're doing very great. Good.
That talk might work on others. That talk doesn't work on me.
We'll see about that. I think I can.
And it doesn't do shit for me.
I'm sure you can. Yeah, Bobby's not even going to get a wiggle down there.
Yeah. My worm isn't even, pulsating.
I saw it move. What's that? No.
Exactly, for sure. So, ladies, it is super duper happy to have you guys on. You've been very, very supportive with the Metal Summit over these recent years, and we are super duper stoked to see you branching out and doing this show. So why don't you tell us a little bit of the history of Mistress Business, how you ladies got started, and what your kind of vision is for your show?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having us on the show. We were super psyched, and we jumped to it, got ourselves. It was, of course, last minute, but we're good for that. Good last minute, we just jump into it. Go ahead, Candy.
Okay, so Lisa and I met earlier this year. We actually met through you guys and Angel and all you guys here. So Lisa and I got talking one day, and obviously, I found out what she does. She knew what I did. And she reached out to me one day and she asked me to be on her show. And I'm like, okay, well, this will be the first time I'm being interviewed. I'm not used to this, but that's cool.
Yeah.
So I was on her show. It was a very fun episode. And that would have been Front Row Promotions,
yes.
Which is an awesome interview show that she does and that I am now involved in. So thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome.
So then we got talking, we wanted to do something a little bit different while still, doing Front Row Promotions. We wanted to do something a little bit different, something that's never been done before in the podcasting world. We wanted to create a show that was just, the two of us, beautiful women. We wanted to do a live interview show. We wanted to do something that just basically would bring positivity to our life, but we're trying to figure out, okay, what's the basis of it? What's going to be the theme? And we thought, how about mistresses? Like, how about a little bit of bondage and a little bit of fun stuff? We credit Jay actually for coming up with the name, which we're super stoked about. So thank you, Jay.
Yeah.
But, the whole idea, the whole idea behind Mistress Business is we wanted to grab your attention. We wanted to wear the leather corsets. We wanted to have the whips. But that's not entirely what we're all about. We just wanted to bring positivity, happiness, and laughter into everybody's lives once a week. This world is crazy. We wanted to change that, in some small way or some big way. And just make you all laugh and, allow you all to have a good time for an hour. So that's pretty much what we do. That's the idea behind our show.
Yes.
Super duper awesome for sure. Angel, do me a favor, buddy. Will you check our connections and just make sure that we're doing that we're still doing good? I'm getting a little bit of word that we're having a little bit of issues being found right now. So even though we're live, you can just look into that real quick.
Oh no.
So we'll figure out exactly what the deal is with that. Psycho Steve, let's kick it over to you, my good dude, while we're getting everything squared up and fixed up.
Okay, prior to us having our little technical difficulties, earlier, I asked you ladies because I know that Mistress Candy has been privy of going to Rock and Pod in Nashville, thanks to Chris and Ron and Aaron, all the guys down there putting it together. Mistress Lisa, are you planning on joining the festivities this year?
I sure am. I really want to get down there. I really want to see what it's all about. And I've heard so many stories and everything. And unfortunately, I know sometimes when you guys were down there last, COVID was out and about and everything. So hopefully it'll be a better time to get and have more of a fun time other than having COVID follow us, you know. So,
Right on.
but yes, I do plan on being there.
Nice. Have you ever been to Nashville before?
No.
Yeah, it's an awesome city. So.
Yes. I want to see it so bad.
Now, I do have another question to spin off that. So,
Sure.
Mistress Candy has done her podcast prior to you girls collaborating, A Handful of Candy, as everybody knows, on Montreux Radio, where music and mind meet, So, here we go. So, the question is, I know you did your front row promotions, but did you do it before, like, the whole pandemic happened? How did it become what it is today?
Was that for Lisa or me?
Yeah, I know how your show spun off and how you got involved. But Lisa, how did you start Front Row Promotions?
I started it about 3 years ago. Actually, I started out with two other people, and it was first called Screaming Vamp Out Promotions, and then that fell apart. And then I said, well, I want to still keep the promotions going. So then I called it Leopard Lisa Promotions, because I was just trying to, search for a name. And then just about 3 years ago, I had the Front Row Promotion. I went between Front Row or Up Front. And I was tossing both of the names around, and I stayed with Front Row. I think that has a better ring to it, because if you ever think about how you want to see a show, the best way to see a show is in the front row. So that's why I went with Front Row Promotions. So, yeah.
Right on. Well, depending also who you see in concert. I have seen many concerts in my day. And some
That's
shows,
true.
I don't want to be front row. But
Well, that's true. Yeah.
So if it's like Hailstorm, because you get to see Haley or you get to see Lita Ford up front and close and personal, sure, I want to be front row.
In my case, it would be Def Leppard and Joe Elliott. Yes.
Okay.
That would be where I want to be. Yeah. Mm.
So, okay. So, Jay?
Absolutely. No, 100%. Bobby, let's kick it down to you, you loose cannon.
Oh, buckle up, chicks.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hold on tight. Yeah.
I have to whip you.
Hey, look, I've had worse. I've had butt plugs and everything else. So whip isn't gonna hurt me. You ain't threatening me, chick. But I gotta say right now, look, love you both.
We love you too.
Yeah, look. I'm looking at the black lips and I just keep going, what? I don't see any licorice. So, explain, Lucy.
Explain. Explain.
So it's a concept that you should have already grasped by now, Bobby. It's called goth.
I was about to say, because I am so not into black pee-pee. That is just not my thing.
He went there. He fucking went there, didn't he?
Oh,
No.
please.
Whoa.
I am not a dinge queen. That is it. Look, I will not break the law like Rob Halford.
Like Dougie would not have something to say about that.
Well, he's not really. He's mocha. There's a difference between that. Look.
Good recovery, Bobby.
That would be like a hot chocolate mustache.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know.
I'm so glad my children are not watching this show.
I know.
Yeah. The little monsters would be like, Daddy, what?
Exactly.
No. So other beside that, look. So let me roll up my sleeves.
Oh, shit's gonna get real now.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So, I got to say, you guys are, it's great that you're doing what you're doing. So the whole thing of the whole mistress thing, how far will we go?
It depends. We might open up the door. Anything goes on our show. Both shows, anything goes.
So I got to ask, what is the most off the wall thing you have asked an individual who's been on the show? Because look, look, there's no pretending. Look, I could wear my bustier too. Look, I have my assless chaps 2 doors away. I could put them on.
I mean,
Which I might, because it is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. We never know what's going to happen.
That's very true. You just don't know.
But I got to ask, what is the craziest thing, response you got from a guest?
Oh, well, I don't think it was on Mistress Business. I think it was Front Row. It was a few weeks ago. I remember the guest. It was Martin Motnick. We love you.
Yeah.
We love Martin.
Shit, we asked him, I forget what it was, but I remember both of us, Lisa, we both said, wow, that's the best answer we've ever had.
Yes.
I'll think of it before the end of the show. But yeah, it was a few weeks ago. Martin Motnick, we asked him a question and he's like, is that a good answer? And I said, that's the best answer we've ever had. So
absolutely. Yeah. It might have been.
I forget. I'd have to go back on the episode.
Yeah.
Talented. His solo album is incredible.
Yeah. So my whole thing is look, the 4 of us, we and these guys are really, I love them to death that they give me carte blanche to throw shit out. And we love watching Angel fucking blush. It's the best thing. I think that is our whole thing of the show, is me doing a question and Jay going, Angel, back to you. And seeing how many colors of red we can bring Angel in. Speaking of the demon.
Bobby picks up that shit. Like, he knows when I'm going to kick it over to Angel. So that's when he goes out of his way to say something ridiculous.
Yeah, it's great to watch Angel squirm, get to collect himself. So
I'm always collecting myself.
Isn't that a song? No, that's I Touch Myself. Okay, sorry.
And you still remember that song that came out 30 years ago.
Are we back on air? Somebody just asked, or we keep going in and out?
Yeah.
Right. Well, we're live right now, so I was telling Angel
it's recording. Yeah,
we keep everything recorded. Right. We keep everything going. So we should be good.
He went to go get his ass in the shop, so he'll be back in a second.
Well, he's got platinum records. He's definitely got more platinum records than boy bands do.
What was your hate towards? I want to clarify this for everybody. Everybody wanted to know, because several people have me want to know why you have such a this pure hatred towards boy bands.
Because in the 80s, that's what we had to deal with. That's what we had to compete in grade school to get girls' attention. The new kids on the block, we had to sing like Jordan Knight.
Yeah, but if you take a couple of members of New Kids or NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, some of them are real metalheads too. Like rock and metal. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Does Maroon 5 count as boy bands?
No.
Oh God.
No. So, okay. So, for example, Jen hit me up and she's like, "What is this deal with non-liking boy bands?" I'm like, "I don't know. I think he got jumped by one or something." So I'm just curious what the hell happened.
No, just girls just growing up. They always liked them.
Yeah.
It's like they wanted us to be like them.
Like you're with them, because I used to have a shirt that said I go to NSYNC concerts just for the pussy. So I thought maybe that's why,
Oh,
just curious. So, so Candy, what do you?
I feel like this is an episode of Mistress Business happening right now.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Candy, what's in your what are you drinking today?
Am I drinking?
Yeah.
Virgin rum and coke.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Nice.
you go, girl.
Oh shit! No. Really?
Here it is,
Oh,
the
shit.
one and only. Cheers, Angel. Pepsi.
Oh no.
Pepsi's better.
Fuck your Pepsi.
And then fuck your Coke.
All right.
I
So,
got my
all right.
chaps
Alright,
on.
Can we ignore the fact that Bobby's wearing buttless chaps right now?
Thank you
Oh my
so
God,
much.
the image
fans,
in my
for
head.
joining and supporting the Metal Summit for these years, as this may be our last episode as we get canceled.
Why? I got money.
No.
And I was going to ask Charlie to join us tonight. Look
Come
at that.
on, tell him the gunkle's on.
Oh, he's in the
Gunkle
bed.
Bobby loves Charlie.
I know. He loves you too.
Bobby loves a lot of things right now.
Okay.
Oh jeez.
What is
All right.
there anything wrong with these?
I'm so glad I'm sober.
Breaking the law, breaking the law.
Take a poll. So, who likes Coke? Who likes Pepsi? I'm trying to check here.
Coke.
Coke.
Pepsi.
Coke. Okay.
Hey, how many people ever kissed a rabbit between the ears?
You
No.
apparently.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah. This is
All right, so
hilarious.
2 votes for Coke. I know Angel and Lisa 2 votes for Pepsi. So Bob,
That's right.
you're the breaker. So
I'm the
Mountain
breaker.
Dew. I love my Mountain Dew.
okay, but if you had to pick Pepsi or Coke, which one do you prefer?
Coke. It's more sweeter.
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Coke or Pepsi?
You're the-
Yes, it is.
Oh, this is down to me now?
Yes.
Lines.
Line.
I was thinking
Oh
of
jeez.
a freaking shot kind of person. So
I take it that
No,
you're-
when it comes to sodas, I'm with Bobby. Like I take down Mountain Dew in fucking.
Oh, I love my Dew.
But if you
I'm
had-
more used to in general drinking Coke because that's what we have at the bar. So I probably
I
go
take
with
these
Coke
off.
over Pepsi more just out of. I tend to go with Coke more than Pepsi, just more out of convenience and it being available. But Pepsi's still sweeter.
Gotcha.
So one of the reasons why we stopped carrying Pepsi at the bar is because, for example, the Jack and Coke people of the world will not stand for Jack and Pepsi. Like you're used to a very specific taste with that. And people were actually giving us shit about it. So we actually stopped carrying Pepsi and switched it over to Coke because we were just tired of everybody's mouths.
Yeah. Because it
Right.
gives it a different taste, yeah.
Yeah. But so I got a question for you ladies, and I think it's very interesting to kind of get your perspective when it comes to this. Talk a little bit about the podcasting world as like a whole. Talk a little bit about like diversity versus like basically versus like people on a certain pedestal versus people not on certain platforms, and where you think we can go to do better and where do you think the issues are in the podcasting world?
Well, I think one thing that stands strong in the podcasting world is the camaraderie between all the hosts. You know, we don't hate on each other. We don't, bring each other down. We want to build each other up. Like that's our big thing. There's a lot of support in between shows that might be more successful and shows that are maybe starting out. That's the beauty of it. The successful shows, if you want to put it that way, are nothing but supportive to us. So, the little guys, so to speak, bringing us up and teaching us, the ways of the podcasting world. Oh, Lord, Bobby.
Whoa.
Wait, what? I have a kid on.
I've learned
Is
so
this a little
much.
gay?
No, it looks like you look like Billy Idol. It looks like Billy Idol.
I killed
You
him.
need your cross earrings and your necklace now. I see Billy Idol. Do you see anybody see Billy Idol?
I can see it.
Yeah, there you go.
Rebel yell.
Rebel Yale.
Okay.
Yes.
So, like I was saying, you know, as an individual doing this, you know, being a podcaster, I've learned so much from, you know, from my friends. I've learned so much from you guys. You know, I got to give credit to Matt Porter. You know, that's how I got started.
We love our Matt.
Matt. That's how I got started. You know, he kind of took me under his wing and showed me the way, and you know, believed in the fact that I wanted to do this, and he believed that I truly could do this. So, you know, and then from there, the camaraderie and being able to meet you guys, you know, I love you guys to death. It's just, that's the biggest thing. The biggest strength that we have as podcasters is the camaraderie. We don't hate on each other. We don't, shit on each other. We love what we all do. That's the big thing.
We do what we love. Yes, we do what we love, and we love what we do. And, you know, we just support each other in everything. And I have to give credit to Angel because he has been helping with confidence for me. As when we were together, we had he says, well, why don't you do this? Why don't you do, you know, the M3, come to M3. Why don't you do the one interview that we had, was it the Deaf Legend? And, you know, of course that was, my first interview was Gable. And then after that, that was the Deaf Legend, and I was nervous, and then M3, and then we just kept on sailing. So I just have to give thank you and credit to Angel Alamo because he was very helpful to me in the beginning and everything. So
Wow, right on.
yes.
But the
Absolutely.
best,
Listen to like podcasts on like your off time, like when you're not like besides watching us.
Right.
Do you ladies listen to any podcasts that
Do you watch us?
I do. I do go back to some shows. I do. I have to say I have, yes.
Okay. Do you have any favorites?
Core Brasic show.
Okay. How about
Yes.
besides, do not say John Karabi because I know that's your favorite episode of ours. But overall, is there any podcasts that you listen to? Do you still listen to Matt?
Of course, every second Friday of every month from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern.
Woo-hoo!
Yes, absolutely. The Kiss Room is where it all started for me, of course.
What are you
You
holding?
know, Bobby got to show you some love. We love Harem. We love to listen to Harem.
10 years. Getting ready to kick off.
That's about as long as I've known you. Good Lord.
Oh, my God.
Of course, you guys here on the Metal Summit. Also got to give a shout out to Chris and Aaron in the Desk Boogie podcast.
Nice.
And then also, I mean, there's literally too many to name.
Oh, my God. The Podfather himself, you know, Ken Mills.
Podfather. We got my Uncle Ron Jones from the Let It Rip with Ron podcast. There are so many. Mama Mary from Mama Mary's Music Mayhem. We love her. Wow, there are
Punch and Judy up in Pittsburgh.
Punch and Judy. Oh my God, there's so many. There's so many of us out there.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, bucket list. Who would it be? Give me your top 3 that you would love to interview that you haven't had an opportunity to do yet.
Lisa, you go first.
Well, of course you all.
I could probably ramble off 3 of them for the both of you. Each.
Okay, well, you know what? Hang on. Let's start there. Let's see if you're right. Go ahead, Steve.
Okay, for you, Candy, I would definitely say, of course, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing his first name wrong. Tobias from Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
That would definitely be in your top 3. I would have to say probably Paul Stanley.
Paul Stanley?
Yeah, you know, like hello people. What's his name? And then I would have to say probably your third. probably be one of your mom or your dad's favorite bands because you're very tight with both of them in a different way because they brought you into this world and got you into the whole music thing.
I mean, I would definitely try to get that going for my mom or my dad for sure. But probably my third one, bucket list interview. If I ever got to do this, I think I would die a happy woman. You guys have heard of Rammstein, right?
Yeah.
Every girl has their rock star crush. For me, it's Till Lindemann. So there you go. I would love to interview him.
Wow. Okay. Right. So was I right on the other two though?
Yes, you were. 100%.
Okay. Right on.
Yay!
Yeah, okay. So for Lisa, okay, definitely Joe.
Okay. Of course, number one, Joe Elliott.
John Bon Jovi.
Yellow Duffet.
And then I would say Nikki Sixx. No?
I love Motley Crue, but there's another one that holds this spot.
Okay. Riddle me this. Who would that be?
Slaughter, Mark Slaughter. I love Mark Slaughter. Love me some Mark Slaughter.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there was a different name on my bucket list of interviews, but it happened several times. That would be your goth and roller right there. So.
So with mine, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, Steve, brother Steve.
Okay.
Awesome. That's a good question.
Thank you. What about you, Jay? Top 3?
Top 3, I got definitely Nikki Sixx for me. I got to find a way to get to sit down and talk Glenn Danzig because that episode alone will be 4 hours long. And
they could be dead too. It doesn't have to be that.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, if they were still alive, it'd be Freddie Mercury without a fucking shadow of a doubt.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
But let's see. I'm trying to think of like who I would like. I would have loved to have talked with Kevin Dubrow because I think he and I would have had a really good interview.
Right.
Because I've definitely been fortunate in a lot of the people that I've gotten to interview, whether it be Blitz Kid or members of the Misfits, because I've talked to Michael, I've talked to Jerry, I've talked to Doyle. Probably, I would love to interview Kiefer Sutherland because not only would I get to talk Lost Boys with him, I get to talk about his band.
Right. Okay. Robert?
Me would have to be Paul McCartney.
Okay.
And Mick, Jagger. Probably be the two people right now. I am looking forward to Sunday's interview on HBO with Howard Stern and with Bruce. That's going to be out there for 2.5 hours. So,
right.
It's, I would go with the icons.
Right. So I have 4. So, of course, mine would be definitely Gene.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely would love to interview Dime if he was still with us.
Yeah.
I would love to do an interview with Howard because I think he is such an interesting. He's just a great interviewer himself.
Mm-hmm.
I like David Letterman because of his interview styles, and then Oprah.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yes,
because she's all self-made for what she came through and does now and accomplished. I'm just I'm in awe of it. So
no, that's
awesome.
Could
tell me how she did it and how I can do it. So, and then probably as the 5th and final, Alice Cooper, because I think it would down with him because every interview I've seen and how he interacts with his fans and there's no filter with him. He's just genuinely a nice guy.
Yeah.
And he seems very humble and just real. And he's like so appealing to so many people. And, you know, I just think it'd be really cool to just sit with him and just, you know, and he doesn't drink and just talk about, you know, because his autobiography was just freaking crazy good. And just, you know, so, and
No,
I
that's
love
a really good list. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
I'd love to sit and talk with John Aston just so I can talk for 2 hours about the Addams Family.
Did you start watching Wednesday, by the way?
What's up?
Wednesday started today.
I know, but I
I
don't have any of those services.
Jabroni, why don't you text me? I'll give you my password and username.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
So did you girls start watching it?
I did. I started watching a few episodes today.
And
I like it. It's cool. It's kick-ass.
cool.
Wednesday's just amazing. The girl that plays the part, she does a wonderful job. I love it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Candy, have you watched it yet?
No spoilers. No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
No.
I bought a new Addams Family T-shirt today too. So
Oh,
Cool.
look at it.
it
Very
says
cool.
"Twisted Sense of Love," and it's got Morticia and Gomez on it, and it's
Ooh.
from the '50s TV show, the '50s, '60s.
Nice.
Right. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, the store was on their A game. I got an Addams Family shirt today. I got a Munster shirt today. I got a What We Do in the Shadows shirt today.
Ooh.
I stumbled upon this website just scrolling through Instagram, vampirefreaks.com.
I have so much shit from them.
So it's so funny. Ace Von Johnson is a model on some of this shit.
Because they have
wait a minute.
They have a partnership with Creepsville, and models and Ace has done a lot of work with Creepsville.
I just thought it was really funny because I saw a hoodie and everything, and I was just like, wait a minute. I know him. Yeah, I saw a couple things on there. So as you guys saw, the bell bottoms, and then I bought those pink pants that are loud and obnoxious like me.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for another cool pair. I saw a pair of like jeans that looks like skeleton legs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
They have a really cool collection right now that I have like 4 shirts from. It's called Alice in Murderland.
Oh, right on.
Cool.
It's their take of Alice in Wonderland. It's all like gothy, corpsey of the characters. And one of my favorite shirts I love to wear is the Queen of Hearts shirt because it's this like crazy corpse paint version of the Queen of Hearts. It says "off with her head," and she's holding in her hand the severed head of Alice.
Oh,
Cool.
that's cool as kick-ass.
But yeah, I've got that. I've got that shirt. I've got Alice's shirt. I've got the Mad Hatter, and I've got one with Alice and the Cheshire Cat on it.
Nice.
Very cool.
So, all right.
Yeah.
We
So,
have Bobby. Bobby's back.
I'm back. Where the hell's Angel?
he went
I
to-
just texted him, but I haven't got anything back yet. Yeah.
He's at the Pepsi factory getting his Pepsi.
Yeah.
Jay,
He's doing the new generation thing.
Jay, really quick, Jay. If you want to go to the board, I think we may have a couple of questions coming in. I'm not sure.
Let me take a
I
look.
feel like I should be having 2 bottles and going, Warriors, come out and play. Yay.
Yeah, you look like that too.
Jay,
I
the
can
one
see
on
it.
StreamYard.
That was a great movie.
The one on StreamYard, Jay, because you can see both YouTube and Facebook there.
Ooh.
So, do you see the question?
No, I'm pulling up our page real quick.
Okay.
So,
It's like I
what
have to
happened to
look
Lisa? Where'd she go? Where'd she go?
Hi, Megan.
I don't know how to do this shit. Like, I'm not skilled like everybody else is. I'm too fucking old to find God now. I don't know how to do this shit. That's why we gave the gig to Angel.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm looking at the board. There's a shitload of people chiming in.
I just feel Bobby with his vest. You should be in the village, people. I'm just
Oh, there we go. Well, it says we.
Why am I gay?
because of Tony. Go ahead.
Well, I wouldn't believe. I'd go with the bologna more than the Tony.
Okay.
Oh man.
Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Okay. So what is everybody doing tomorrow?
Well, we already celebrated Thanksgiving up here. We do things a little differently up here in Canada. So our Thanksgiving usually happens the second Monday, I should say, of October.
Oh, really?
Really?
So
What do you eat? A chicken?
We eat turkey. Ooh.
Okay.
We eat turkey.
Nice. Okay.
Sometimes we do ham with maple syrup.
Oh, yes, you do.
Yeah, so tomorrow's just like any other day for me personally.
Oh, okay. Nice. And Robert, where are you going?
My lovely sister's house.
Nice.
And
Aww.
yeah, I'll be there and with my niece and
How's your niece doing? She's adorable. How's she doing?
yeah, okay. She had surgery. She fell and broke 3 teeth, and
Dear.
doing all that. And then in 2 weeks, I will be with our lovely vice president, and on a Wednesday night, so I will be doing the Metal Summit from the VP's house.
Oh, very cool.
And Friday night, I will be doing a Halloween. It could be a Halloween party, but it's going to be Christmas at the President's.
Very cool.
So yeah, so Michael Greer commented and he says goth, punk, and vampires, all 3 looks have been taken over by fucking hipsters. I was like, not on my watch. I lived through all that shit. Susan Burton says Freddie Mercury, Ivan Moody, and Marie Osmond would be her interview.
I will be
That's
with
my
Marie
mom.
Osmond
Oh, that's my mom.
Christmas Eve in Disney.
Nice.
Lee
Very cool.
Osmond, is that a brother?
No, Marie. I will be with Marie Osmond at Disney at Epcot Christmas Eve.
That's
Joanne Kristen says, Bobby, is it time for another costume change?
Well, okay.
And Michael Greer also says, what are the 3 must-have documentaries? And that's for all of you to watch on a deserted island.
3?
Oh gosh, I don't watch documentaries.
It's a good question.
Documentaries. The last documentary I remember watching was back in my high school days. That was Super Size Me.
That was
I don't watch documentaries.
That was a documentary, though.
Yeah, it was. Of course. Yeah.
Oh, I had my first McRib. Did you see I posted it the other day?
Your what?
First McRib, from McDonald's.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, it was whatever. I don't know what the hoopla was about. I was just like, okay. So it was like, I'm thinking documentaries. I can't think.
I don't watch documentaries.
Huh.
I feel like a good documentary about like serial killers or something would be an interesting thing to watch on a deserted island.
I love documentaries. Documentaries are awesome. Like, I love anything that I can just sit and just kind of watch about. I'm particularly big into what I like to call historical horror. So I love documentaries about like anything that's like twisted. Like I love stuff I've watched about like H.H. Holmes,
Right.
who who turned his entire house into what was referred to as the murder castle, where it was trap doors with spikes, trap doors that would drop you into bats of acid. Like, it was really, really crazy. Everybody knows what a crazy person I am for Lizzie Borden. So any documentaries I get to see about Lizzie Borden, I'm going to watch.
You even have Lizzie Borden related tattoos. The one on your neck. That's a cool
right
one.
there.
40 wax, y'all.
You got it.
Love
right
it.
there.
Yeah, so I saw you got a new one, huh?
My vampire bites right here.
Finally got it, huh?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is about that. So I had been putting it off for whatever, and just hadn't gotten around to it. Was doing like filler or doing other things and stuff. And I was at the Monster Mania convention 2 weeks ago, and my buddy Ron, all the Metal Summoners, and you guys know Ron,
Of course,
because he's helped us out with our interviews for M3. The girl that does all of his tattoos, Gabby, was there tattooing because they were doing everything at Monster Mania. Kind of the venue was set up almost kind of like a Comic-Con, where nice dude, where it had a whole lot of just open space, and they allowed tattoo artists in. So Ron and I were going back and forth on what to get. Do we want to get this? Do we want to get that? We were thinking about getting the loser lover tattoo from It, like the but then it kind of hit me because I'm playing with this idea, and I'm definitely going to do it. I'm playing with the scheduling for I have a vampire photo shoot that I'm setting up soon, and so I'm going to be doing that because I was listening to Mark and Janet's most recent release with their band. It's called Vamp Blood Champagne. They talked about the release when they were on the show. Right. I listened to the song a few times and I really loved it. And I listened to the song a few times like back to back, consecutively. And I was really digging on that. And I kind of got this idea of wanting to do a photo shoot based off that song and something that was a little bit more coupley. So I have this idea of like doing kind of like a couples kind of vampire shoot that I want to do. So, I've got some stuff coming in the mail from R&H. So when I get that, I can actually sit down and do like some scheduling and stuff like that. But anyway, when I was at the convention thinking of what to get, I was like, shit, well, since I've got this shoot I want to do, this fucking vampire bite tattoo I've been putting off forever, I might as well knock it out now.
Cool.
Where's it at? Show me your neck.
Right here.
Did it hurt?
I mean, it burned a little bit, but I've literally got a light like flashed on me right now, so it's probably not really gonna go, but it's right there.
Yeah, I see it.
So,
But you see the one I have on my lower extremity.
Well, I mean, that's whatever
that
gets
one burned too.
Whatever gets the blood flowing, Bobby, leading to the sucking. This is a.
Look, I'm wearing my David S. Blumpkin wear.
Wow. I was like, isn't that Tommy Lee Flood's jacket that Bon Jovi was looking for?
Wanted.
Just asking.
Gay and alive.
So, Mickey Rat offered to do a tattoo for me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I found a picture of my grandmother that I was thinking about getting. So.
Yeah, but think about when you get older, Steve. It'll look like the fucking Crypt Keeper.
I look like the Crypt Keeper now. So why not? So. I was thinking I paid a tribute to her. So.
It's like the one I got on my arm. Everybody laughs. They're like, well, what is it? I said, well, if you do it this way, it's a camera.
I like the camera tattoo, dude.
Yeah, but if I do it this way, it's a coffee cup with a belly button. And that's
it's very similar.
I told Mark that. He was laughing his eyes. I said, look, nobody can say I took your logo if I go, dude, it's a coffee cup with a belly button.
So.
Jay, are you seeing this message board? It's hilarious.
I'm trying. I can't find a way to get fucking connected to our Facebook feed. I got on YouTube just fine. I'm trying to find our message board for Facebook. I told you can't put me in charge of this shit. I was a fucking C student.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
I know we lost everybody. Where is Angel?
Angel's having major tech issues, apparently. Yeah, because they're in the chat there, Jay. Somebody mentioned Ouija. Someone mentioned The Exorcist.
You sure it's Ouija or not Wedgie?
Ouija.
Oh.
motherfucker.
Or is it OG? Is it like the OG motherfucker? Oh.
Well, while we're trying to figure that out, here's a question for Jay. You're covered in those tats. First of all, what's your favorite? And second, where's the
Wait, costume change.
Painful place to get tattooed?
My sternum.
Penis.
Ooh.
My sternum. 100%.
Penis.
Ouch. What's the least painful place?
My arm. I've always been relatively bulky, so I don't ever really feel all that much really when it comes to like my upper arm and stuff, just because I've got like muscle up there and stuff. But the crook of my elbows felt a little bit squirrely, and the inside, pretty much anything that's just going to be like thin skin kind of thing. Like even like the sternum just sucks in general. Even if you're like, you know, big, like a big guy or whatever, like you can't put anything, you can't put cushion in your sternum. All it's going to do is push forward because you're bigger on the inside, but it's still going to be skin over a bone. So, and you know, I've had my sternum, you know, tattooed over 3 times, and you know, from the main piece to the extended parts to the connection pieces. So I've had this area worked on probably overall like 5 or 6 times. Like it sucks. It just hurts. But
there was a story I remember you telling on a previous episode of the Metal Summit. Basically, you were lying on your back, and you had the wire from the tattoo.
Oh my God! Yes, that was back when I had my nipples pierced, and my artist ran the clip cord to his gun over my nipple ring, and it electrocuted me.
Oh fuck!
It was fucking awful.
Ouch. Yikes. That's not good. Oh, no.
It was so fucking bad. Like, it was terrible. Like, in the middle, I'm like, dude, like, fucking stop, dude. Like, ow. I didn't understand where that sudden thing of pain came from, but it was fucking horrible.
And the other question, what was your favorite tattoo?
Well, I'm starting to get like I'm starting to get like a little grouping of favorites. Like I love my Jason because that was my first real horror piece. I love my Lizzie Borden because of how much I'm into that. My Salem Witch means a lot to me because I get homesick really easily, and I've always been into Ouija boards, so I love
the one on your hand, the witch on your hand.
Yeah, so I've got a witch on a broomstick on this hand, and I've got a Ouija planchette on this hand. I can't figure out how to rotate. There we go. So I've kind of got it down to like 4 main tattoos that are probably my top favorites. But I mean, I'd have some bitchin' work done, as the old saying goes, if I knew then what I knew now. But I still knew quick enough to take your time and pay attention to the placement of things, so things kind of lock in correctly. Sure. So you don't have like a bunch of just random like insanity kind of all over the place.
Right. Interesting. Well,
yeah.
my mother's actually watching. She just texted me. I gotta read this. It's too good. She said, she says, tell him the head would be the most painful, and I mean the one above his neck.
Oh God,
Mother!
tell you. Oh, she just lacks vision.
Shit. Oh wow. Let me go. I can actually see all the comments if you want me to.
Oh, that's how you do it. Oh, okay. Here we go. I didn't realize it was over there. Oh, what do we got? All right. Hey, Michael Greer. No, happy pre-Turkey Day, brother. Now I'll actually know how to do this shit. Oh, these are all YouTubes. There's no Facebookies. So I think we covered all of these. Got to figure out how to find my.
I'm looking at one question here. Michael says, Candy, if you're in, how long have you been in the lifestyle? Okay. What's that mean? Maybe
Well,
I'm
you were
missing
talking
something.
about goth. You were talking about goth earlier, so it's probably
Oh,
around that.
2 words, Jay Oakley.
Ha. Apparently, I'm a tricky. Apparently, I'm like addictive or some shit.
Oh, he asked a really good question.
Mother of Christ.
I never learned how to tie a tie.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Bobby.
We have fucking derailed.
Oh my God.
I thought it was a classy show.
No.
This would be the kind of shit you do on Mistress Business.
What?
Just saying.
We talked about tattoos.
Oh, Jesus. Michael Greer actually asked a really cool question here. If I could bring it up.
Yeah,
Jay,
for sure.
If you're cool with it.
I could bring up something.
Shut up, Bobby. Michael says, if you could actually live one of your all-time favorite horror movies, which would you pick? I love it. Jay, go for it.
If I could live a horror movie, what would I pick?
Yeah.
Fucking Lost Boys. Absolutely. Sleep all day, party all night, never grow old. Yes.
Of course. I'd probably pick there was a list of them there. I'd probably pick like one of the Ouija movies. I just find that stuff so fascinating. To see what kind of weird shit would happen on set with all those Ouija boards.
Oh, absolutely. No, that stuff is definitely wacky for sure. But Bobby, what horror movie would you
Oh, well, it would have to be anything with a tie.
anything with a tie?
Yeah. Or a noose. I have to say this is very uncomfortable. I hope Tony doesn't mind that I used his ties. Because he's definitely going to have ring around the collar.
Yeah, this is the kind of shit that would happen on Mistress Business, but this is a first for the Metal Summit, I think, right, Jay?
Yeah, we've definitely gotten pretty wacky on this one for sure.
Where's Steve?
I'm not totally sure.
We're like losing everybody. I'm like, oh my God. They're dropping like flies.
It's definitely a nutty one for sure. So we're getting Angel and we're getting Lisa back on. So Candy, why don't you tell us about what's coming up for Mistress Business?
Well, for both Mistress Business and Front Row Promotions, Mistress Business, we kind of just sort of, fly off the seat of our pants. We book on a week-to-week basis. Sometimes we have guests, sometimes we don't. Like yesterday, we were supposed to have Steffi Scott, who's a beautiful burlesque dancer. Something came up with her, and obviously, we respect her scheduling as well. But Lisa and I, we kind of just read a children's story on the show. We kind of kept things going. So, just stay tuned on Facebook and YouTube. We'll be sort of updating our fans and followers as to what's coming up. As far as Front Row Promotions goes, tomorrow night we actually have a guest. His name's David Donnelly, and he's from England. He's a freelance musician, and he's toured with Glenn Matlock from the Sex Pistols.
Nice.
Willie Nile Band. He's done like movie soundtracks, TV show soundtracks, Broadway plays and stuff like that. He's got quite the resume, and we're really looking forward to chatting with him. We also have on, I got to look at my calendar here, bring it up if I could be given 1 minute, if that's cool. December 1st, we have Miss Lorraine Lewis. She's joining us, so we're really looking forward to that.
I will be on that show with you.
Hey, you're more than welcome.
Yes,
More than welcome.
love her to death.
Absolutely. December 5th, which is not this coming Monday, but the following, we have the one and only Todd Howarth from Focus Comet. Yeah,
yes.
Cheap Trick, Ted Nugent. So we're really looking forward to chatting with him. We got a bunch of cool things coming up for the rest of December. We're pretty much booked until the end of February with interviews. So stay tuned to Front Row Promotions and Lisa and myself, and we'll definitely get all of that good stuff happening. So we're really excited. We got some cool stuff coming up.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Oh yeah, Bobby, why don't you talk a little bit about what you've got going on coming up?
So I got to look, I'm just going to bear it all.
What he's got coming up, Jay, that's a rhetorical question.
Well, Tony, what do we have coming up? So last week I had the honor with Ryan Cook and Jeremy Adrock to shoot Ace Frehley. Ace is in Allentown tonight. But I have TSO in 2 weeks coming up. Disney, Marie Osmond, I'll be there. Then after that, January, we have Rock Island, which is going to be amazing. To be, I can't divulge a lot of things there. After that, Rock and Pod, NAMM in April. What else is coming up? Pink, Taylor Swift. For those who didn't get tickets, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. Don't shoot the messenger. But a lot of great things. Look, and then I'm going to go dark. So I got a couple really dark bands I'm working with. Very dark bands. Okay, they're black guys. No. That's all I'm going to say. Corey, that's all I'm saying.
Bobby, we got a question for you from Michael. If you could perform in a one-off show with your pick of people, dead or alive, who would you choose?
My God, it would probably be Steve-O.
Yeah, and it's a one-off show.
Steve-O. I would love to do it with Steve-O. He and I, balls out.
Like Jackass Steve-O?
Yes. And I'm just saying that, kind of shock and awe. Either that or, oh my God, who is the guy who, no, I would go with Steve-O.
Nice. Susan says that she's going to see Marie December 3rd in Canada.
Yeah, Marie Osmond. I mean, she's amazing. Donnie's doing he's got a residency in Vegas. You talked about another person who I would love to do something with, would probably be Todd Kearns, who I loved and fell in love with on the Kiss Cruise with Bruce's band. Todd is that guy.
Yeah, Todd from Slash and from all that other.
Everybody, just an amazing artist.
Yeah, Todd Kearns. No, that's really, really cool for sure. Like, Todd's great. I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. And, Brent Fitz also does a lot of stuff with
Love
him.
They were amazing. Like I said, my room was heaven and hell. I had Michael Sweet on one side, Sebastian on the other, and I wouldn't change it for the world. It was, God, if I could publish those stories.
Absolutely. So Lisa wants to know, Bobby and Candy, where were you guys going in your hot tub time machines?
1973 to see Kiss's very first concert.
Mine would have to be Beatles, Ed Sullivan.
Oh, wow. Good
Yeah, I
one.
would love to see that. I mean, you know, my parents were fortunate, but I would love to be in the audience and just going, wow, okay, blow my mind.
Nice.
What about
That's a-
you, Jay?
I'd like to go back to 1983 and see the US Festival. Get to see Priest and Motley and Quiet Riot, those bands like before they really broke.
Yeah.
All right, Jay, I got to say one thing. Wait, I'm going to twist this a little bit. Being a PA boy, I would love to go up to Pennsylvania where they shot the movie The Blob and be there when they shot that. And just, you know, what a great, that whole cinematography thing back then kicked ass.
Oh, for sure. No, a lot of that old, like,
Oh, all of it. Everything Hitchcock, everything you did back then, and The Blob and all that, The Hills of Eyes. I want to go back to that period.
that would be really, really good. Absolutely. Like that, all that time of like the early, like Wes Craven type movies and
But
stuff.
the
like
bullshit stuff, you know, the hokey, you know, look at that. Bela Lugosi, wouldn't you love to be back at that period of time?
Oh, absolutely. I would. Oh, dude, you know, I would love to do that. I would love to go back to the 50s and get to see Bella and Boris and Lon and fucking Vincent Price when they're just on their A games.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that was rock and roll. That, you know, everybody looks at, oh, you know, Alice Cooper, Kiss. I'm like, no, let's go deep. Let's go to the good stuff.
That's what she said.
Yes. Really deep. You know, make her sweat. Oh, yeah. Look, we even got to give it out to Mel Brooks. Come on, Young Frankenstein. That movie is such a fucking classic.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially at that time when you had Gene Wilder just doing Gene Wilder things.
You watch that movie, that was the horror movie version of Spinal Tap, if you think about it.
For sure. Absolutely. And that's basically also what kind of like that's that show I was talking about earlier, What We Do in the Shadows, is based off a movie that's kind of the vampire equivalent of like Spinal Tap. But it's definitely crazy for sure. But I think
I'm laughing. We're getting the craziest comments. Like,
we definitely are for sure. But I also,
you know who I feel like right now? I feel like the guy in Rocky Horror Picture Show. I feel like Rocky, that I should have like gold boots on or something.
Gold boots and gold shorts and all that kind of stuff. We've definitely I think we've definitely gone a little wacky when it comes to this episode. So in the interest of fairness and there we go.
Yes.
In the interest of sanity and just keeping everything in check, I think it's about that time that we give this one a rest for the evening for sure. But Metal Summoners, we love you guys. Today definitely turned into a wacky and crazy one, but this is kind of Bobby's Barrel.
We're going to call it Turkey Wednesday. Yes.
Now, how do we
call
go
it Turkey
offline
Wednesday
without Angel?
How do we go offline?
I'm on top of that. But
usually, and I'm a bottom, so that's okay.
Pretty much, for sure. This is Turkey Wednesday, Bobby's Barrel episode. But we gotta extend a real appreciation to Mistress Candy, Mistress Lisa from Mistress Business for rocking out with us this evening, talking about a lot of fun things, a lot of kooky things, and getting kind of like out of whack a little bit when Bobby's doing Bobby things. So we definitely appreciate all that. But
you know, I just gotta say thank you for allowing us to be on the show, and you know, I love what you guys do. I look up to you guys. Bobby, we go way back. I freaking love you. And Jay, I mean, my ride or die. Thank you so much for everything.
No worries. It's all
good. Candy and Jay, look, it's all about having fun. This is all we are about. You know, look, no drama, no nothing. Just go out there and laugh. There's too much BS out in the world. Look, if you can't laugh at yourself, whatever.
Absolutely.
And look, ta-da!
You got it. But stick with us, Metal Summoners. We got the guest announcement coming out later this week. We're going to be praying to the heavy metal altar. So that's what we have to look forward to next week. So we're definitely going to have a good time next week. We really appreciate you guys rocking out with us this evening. Again, a lot of love goes out to Michael. Who was going to do the show with us this evening, but we got you covered, brother. We look forward to having you on an episode in the near future. We definitely got you. So, Metal Summoners, we appreciate you guys. Have yourselves a great rest of your day.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Fantastic holiday. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. And we will see you guys next week. Hit up Mistress Business on their socials. Hit up Candy and Lisa on their socials. And hit up Bobby at BobbyDreyer.com. Angel and The Real Psycho Steve on their Instagrams. My Instagram as well is right there, Justin R&R Junkie. It's the best place to get in contact with me, so give that a follow. And we will see you guys very, very soon. Have yourselves a great rest of your evening, fantastic holiday, and be good to each other. Give each other a whole lot of love. We'll see you guys a week from today. As always, rock out. Horns up, fangs out. We will see you guys on next week's episode. As always, you've been watching The Metal Summit.